ABC Weather Lab. Here's Eric's forecast.
With most of Acadiana finally getting a break from the rain today, that meant plenty of sunshine, and that meant the return of the very hot and humid conditions, as it is still August as temperatures topped out in the mid-90s. Feel like temperatures getting back into those triple digits, and that theme is going to continue as we head into the new upcoming work and school week. So get ready for more of that heat, as it's going to be with us pretty much all week long. But the big news is today, 2 years ago, we had the historic flooding here in Acadiana. So let's recap what exactly happened then and caused all those flooding rains. It began a little bit on the Thursday, but more or less got going on Friday, and that's when these rains just began to pick up. They started about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So here we run through it. You can see this is Thursday afternoon, some rains moving through, but by Friday morning, right about then around 5 a.m., that's when the rains, the real heavy rains began to ongoing. Basically from Lafayette down to Iberia Parish, and it continued pretty much all day Friday and then into Saturday, as we had close to 36 to 40 hours of consecutive rainfall measured at the airport. And so with all that rain, it just continued to pile up and had nowhere else to go, and that's what unfortunately caused all that widespread flooding in across our area. But you can see with the yellows and orange, it was for the most part moderate to heavy rain, so it was coming down at those decent clips of 1 inch or 2 per hour, and that's why those drains were just not able to keep up and eventually caused some of that flooding. Here's what the Friday rain totals looked like. So this is basically what 24 hours worth of rainfall fell, and you can see in these grays and pink shade that on the map shows anywhere from a foot to 14 inches of rain fell in a matter of 24 hours, and that's what really caused the water to start to back up. You can see it was mainly Lafayette down into Iberia, very northern portions of St. Mary Parish, and then also Clip in the very eastern portions of Vermilion Parish saw the heaviest rains of 8+ inches. Also over towards Baton Rouge, they got hammered with the heavy rains on that Friday as well. And this is what the National Weather Service saw as the worst 48-hour rainfall totals going back. So starting on the Friday and going into early Sunday morning, you can see the big spots, as mentioned, northeast of Baton Rouge, where they got more than 2 feet of rain with this system in a matter of 48 hours. And then also the areas just along Lafayette on southward down towards Abbeville and heading towards New Iberia. Another area, as you see in that pink, that was 2+ inches of, or 2+ feet of rain, and that is what just caused that a massive amount of water. And a lot of these areas caused the Vermilion to flood, a lot of the bayous, coulees, and that eventually got into all the homes and caused the widespread damage. About 2,000 to 3,000 homes and many businesses were lost due to that, or at least saw some water get into them. And it was just a historic event, and that was all brought on by a low-moving pressure system that just brought heavy rains in and across the area. But today we didn't really have to deal with any of that. Plenty of sunshine. We did have a shower or two develop over Avoyelles Parish around 7 o'clock this evening. Those have now pushed over into Mississippi, but at times they were producing some heavy downpours. But you can see all of Acadiana is dry now. Baton Rouge, though, is getting a decent little shower right now, or has been for the last hour or so. But again, all this is moving off to the east, but it has produced a decent amount of cloud cover across the area. So if you're trying to catch the Perseids meteor shower a little later on, you might have to contend with that for the next couple hours. But I do think after midnight, things should begin to clear out. But it is going to be warm and muggy. 84 is what we got right now. Still feeling like 92 degrees. Winds are beginning to die down, but it is going to be one of those tropical nights here in Acadiana for our Sunday into Monday morning. So waking up, we should have a good amount of sunshine, maybe some clouds still with us, temperatures in those mid-70s. And then as we push into the afternoon, high pressure will be building over top the area or just to the south of us. That should keep us on the clear side, so that is the good news. But again, could have showers up and around some of the areas, but I do think we stay dry for the most part tomorrow. Just going to be another hot and humid one. And a similar story as we move into our Tuesday is that high pretty much continues to be right along the Gulf Coast, wavering back and forth, but it should keep us on the dry side with plenty of sunshine the next couple of days. So we'll continue to dry out after what was a rainy week last week here in Acadiana. The other thing we'll be dealing with in the next couple of days is some Sahara dust making its way in and across Acadiana. You can see already beginning to push its way in the Cameron Parish and portions of southwestern Acadiana, but there is plenty of that dust out over the Gulf of Mexico, and with a southerly flow, that'll get pushed onshore. So if you have allergy issues or sensitive to that Saharan dust in the atmosphere, you're going to notice it. It's also going to create a good bit of haze in and about much of the area for our Monday and Tuesday. Good news is it should produce some beautiful sunsets with those red and orange tinge the next couple evenings. But for the rest of our night, warm and muggy, 75 for the overnight low. We'll go partly cloudy, turning mostly clear with some patchy fog and some of those areas that are still drying out. And as mentioned, the Perseid meteor shower is peaking tonight, so if you want to go out a little later on, you should be able to catch that. They should be going about every couple minutes. You should be able to see one streak across, but you might have to give yourself about 15 minutes to adjust to the dark to be able to see that. You have to get away from those city lights and make sure you remember the bug spray, as mosquitoes are going to be out and about with all the rain we had last week. And then for our Monday, it's just going to be your typical August day. Hazy, hot, and humid, 93 with a mix of sun and clouds, 102 to 105 for the feel-like temperature. So make sure you're staying hydrated. Take those breaks if you have to work outside in that heat, and that'll continue all week long. 93 to 94. Maybe some slightly better rain chances as we head into our Thursday and Friday, as we can see around 91, 92, and then into next weekend we're down to around 90, 91 with a 30% chance for some isolated showers.
All right, thank you.